Oh my God! I think I just heard JJ wants to play football again.
Yeah, either the Lions or the Steelers.
Oh my God!
Pick your poison.
Yeah. You think I would go to? I mean, if you think about it, use our brains for a second here. If you're going to go somewhere, obviously you speak about Pittsburgh because my brother's there. But is there another team that's playing incredibly well right now who's got a quarterback that's crushing it?
I got one for
got
you.
a lot of connections. Like, I mean, let's use our brains.
Yeah, I got one for you.
I don't think.
I'm struggling actually.
No, I got one for him. No,
I can't think of
I
it.
got one for him. Right
D-Buck, I think D-Buck could probably.
Right down there. There'll be a guy right next to you too, who I was about to ask you about with Sheldon Rankins. 98 just had a.
There you go.
Had a J.J. Watt-ish game.
What is going on, everyone? I cannot believe what I just heard. If J.J. Watt returns to the Houston Texans, the city of Houston will explode. We are already on a high from what we've been seeing from this young Houston Texans team, who are currently 5-4, the 7th seed in the AFC, a playoff team. Coming off of a statement win against the Cincinnati Bengals, now you are potentially talking about adding one of the greatest, if not the greatest player to ever wear the red, white, and blue. It would be insane down here in H-Town. When you talk about J.J. Watt, you have to talk about him like a god when you are here in H-Town, or else people will try to meet you outside. J.J. Watt is idolized in Houston, not only for what he did on the field, multiple NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards. Had a huge play in the first ever Houston Texans playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals, taking a pick six back. But what he did during Hurricane Harvey, when the city of Houston was destroyed, J.J. Watt and his foundation did a lot of great things for the city of Houston, raised millions of dollars. That's why we love J.J. Watt here. And you are talking about him potentially coming back and finishing the story during a playoff push. This instantly becomes one of the biggest stories in the NFL. And doesn't it fit the narrative of what we've seen this season from the Houston Texans? DeMeco Ryans coming back to the team that drafted him, where he won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award, coming back to be their head coach at a time where they were considered one of the worst franchises in the NFL. During DeMeco Ryans' press conference, his first one, how many former Houston Texans players came back to show their love, to show their appreciation? How many former players came to help the Houston Texans during training camp to get ready for the season? Guys like Jonathan Joseph. This fits the narrative. This fits the storyline of what we've been seeing. We're going to talk about the possibility of J.J. Watt returning to the Houston Texans. Welcome, everyone, to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And if you guys are new here to the channel, welcome. Just hit 8,000 subscribers, trying to hit 9K by weeks 10 or 11. Please help me get there. And thank y'all so much for watching today's episode. Now let's go back to the video and listen to what he said. Let's use our brains. If there was a team that was playing incredibly well right now and a quarterback that was lighting it up, let's use our brains. That fits the Houston Texans. Look, obviously people are going to mention the Pittsburgh Steelers because of his brother. But when he said a team that's lighting it up and a quarterback that's doing that as well, that screams Houston Texans. What this young team has done, surpassing everyone's expectations, including my own, of what they can do this season. And when you look out their victories, quality wins, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, against the New Orleans Saints, and just recently against the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, 4 out of the 5 of those teams are going to be competing for a playoff spot as the season's winding down, and this Houston Texans team has W's over them. A quarterback playing extremely well. Well, that is the franchise rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud. And what is insane is that we are having legit conversations about whether or not C.J. Stroud should also be in the race for most valuable player of the league. He is playing that well. A 470-yard performance and 5 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A 350-yard performance and a touchdown against the Cincinnati Bengals. C.J. Stroud is lighting it up right now. And the possibility of adding J.J. Watt, this is one of the biggest moves of the season if it does happen. This is what we wanted in the trade deadline. But hey, you don't have to give up anything. You just have to give him some bread. And J.J. Watt, you know he likes the limelight. You know he likes the headlines. This would instantly be one of the biggest stories in the NFL if J.J. Watt returns to the Houston Texans. Now, the big question: is he healthy? Can he still play football? There are some injury concerns because with us, there was some seasons where we did not have J.J. Watt. But last year with the Arizona Cardinals, who he was under, Matt Burke, our now defensive coordinator, another connection to J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt last year, 16 games played, 16 games started, 18 tackles for loss, and 12 and a half sacks. Bring that to H-Town, and you are going to see this defense transform. J.J. Watt is 100% healthy. Is still working out. On the Pat McAfee show, he said how he was having a conversation with his brother, TJ, and his brother said, man, you are lifting a lot of weight. What are you doing it for? Guys, just remember I caught it. Is there a situation where J.J. Watt comes back to the Houston Texans? I mean, the thought of DeMeco Ryans just having J.J. Watt to mess around with, have him free roaming. I mean, imagine a defensive line of Will Anderson Jr., Malik Collins, Sheldon Rankins, J.J. Watt, and Jonathan Grenard in the heavy rotation. Or is it Jonathan Grenard and J.J. Watt starting and Will Anderson Jr. in a heavy rotation? Or do you take out Malik Collins and you go Will Anderson Jr., Sheldon Rankins, J.J. Watt, Jonathan Grenard, or you switch them up? This defense gets much more dangerous. However, you guys let me know. Do you want to see J.J. Watt back? Yes or no? For more Houston Texans content, y'all feel free to follow me for more. Go H-Town. Let's go ahead and shock the world. You guys have a very blessed day.